Coming up on RMU Live, we sit down with President Howard to talk about campus housing. Chief Weather Forecaster Eddie Sheehy is out of the Weather Center and talking to RMU's newest celebrity on campus. And with Super Tuesday just around the corner, we have everything you need to know next.
Welcome back to RMU Live for Monday, February 29th, 2016. I'm Hannah Smith.
And I'm Delaney Hassel. Here's what's happening now.
All right, more big news on the Robert Morris campus as the Board of Trustees elected a new chairman of the board. Richard Harshman is a 1978 graduate of RMU and also the chairman, president, and CEO of Allegheny Technologies Incorporated. Harshman succeeds Gary Klaus, who completed a 3-year term as chairman of the board.
Now, recently, I had the chance to sit down with University President Christopher B. Howard, with student housing kind of taking a back seat to the new arena that's coming up in university plans. We wanted to see what he had to say. So, a college campus, students are always having different concerns. They're posting up on social media, everything like that. A lot of students were concerned about residence halls. Robert Morris is getting bigger every single day. It seems like each incoming class is getting more students. How do you plan to tackle the battle of not having enough beds on campus?
Yes, so this is a high-class problem. This is a popular place. One of the reasons I came here is that it's a place with momentum. Robert Morris is an institution with a great deal of momentum, and I'm not surprised that students want to come here. I was having lunch with some students about 2 weeks ago over in Romo's, and by the way, thank you for naming your cafe after the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, my team. I really appreciate that. But anyway, I was talking to the individual, and they were saying, golly, it's just, there's so many people. It's great. It's really kind of, and bursting at the seams in a positive way. Before I got here, some of the senior leadership from the cabinet did a really, I think, outstanding job of a study that lays out a plan, kind of a modular plan to build more housing. We have that in place. It takes some resources to make sure it's funded properly, but rest assured, I've seen it. I think it's the right thing to do. The board's seen it, and they think it's the right thing to do. It's a matter of just getting the money right. So please bear with us as we do this. We don't want to, as we say in the ski world, you don't want to get out over your skis too far to where you do something that's fiscally irresponsible. But I'm very aware of it. The board is, the leadership is, and we have a plan that's going to roll out over time. And it'll be part of that mini master plan that I mentioned a moment ago as well.
For my full extended interview with President Howard, head over to www.armycenturymedia.com.
Congratulations are in order for RMU-TV's Alec Valenciaga and Nick Milliron, along with graduate student Ben Cole and recent graduate Haley Sawyer, who won a Bronze Telly Award in the New Student Online Video category for their work on Hail to RMU, a documentary about the school's football team.
Backed by popular demand, the Center for Documentary Production and Study, along with the Department of Media Arts, are holding a second screening of Another Planet by director Ferenc Madavani, who is visiting documentary filmmaker this semester. This screening will be held this Wednesday, March 2nd from 2 to 4 p.m. in Hopwood Hall.
For anyone interested in mental health care, a panel discussion will be held Wednesday at 4 p.m. in Hopwood Hall. The program aims to open a discussion between students, staff, faculty, and mental health care professionals about mental health issues. Light refreshments will also be provided.
RMU Live's chief weather forecaster Eddie Sheehy took a break from meteorology to talk with the RMU T-Rex you've seen rampaging through campus.
Got some bad news for Romo. I think RMU's got a brand new mascot, and his name is the RMU T-Rex. If you've been on campus over the past few weeks, you may have seen him walking around. So I was wondering, who is the RMU T-Rex? And more importantly, who is the student behind the RMU T-Rex?
Much to my surprise, the student behind RMU T-Rex wanted to remain anonymous. Not because he's afraid of getting in trouble for what he's doing, but because he's afraid of ruining the magic for his fellow students.
I think it's not really who's underneath the RMU T-Rex, it's more the RMU T-Rex is a symbol, almost like Batman.
The idea for RMU T-Rex came from two simple things: a love of dinosaurs and a desire to brighten people's day. So far, the RMU T-Rex has made an appearance every Tuesday on campus, but you can expect to see him more often, potentially at upcoming hockey games and other events on campus.
I could do a lot of things. I'm thinking about going, down to A4 lumber and possibly ice skate.
Until then, you can follow the RMU T-Rex on Twitter at RMU T-Rex to see all of the shenanigans he gets himself into around campus.
Say hi, take a picture with me, tweet at me, whatever they want, really. They could come up, give me a hug, high five. I might give them something, I might give them candy.
We walked around with the RMU T-Rex for about half an hour, and during that time, everybody we passed cracked a smile, and in the end, that is really what the RMU T-Rex is all about. Reporting for RMU-TV, I'm Eddie Sheehy.
For more on this interview and everything you need to know about RMU news, sports, and arts and entertainment, be sure to check out RMUCenturyMedia.com.
Coming up on RMU Live, a Pittsburgh school is on lockdown after dozens of girls were involved in a brawl.
One of the biggest nights in Hollywood West was last night, and we will tell you everyone who took home an Oscar statue. Coming up next.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
No siempre es fácil ser padre.
Do you have panda asthma too? Does that run in the family? This is the home of the most priceless kung fu artifacts.
Pero cuando haces un esfuerzo,
Dad, we're not supposed to touch anything. Oh, sorry. Go along, son.
siempre vale la pena.
Whoa, faster!
Los momentos más pequeños pueden tener un gran impacto en la vida de un niño. Toma el tiempo hoy para ser papá.
I am gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Llama al 877-4DAD-411 o visita fatherhood.gov para obtener más información.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
University Prep High School is on lockdown after reports of a large fight breaking out. A spokesperson for the Pittsburgh Public Schools said that 30 female students were involved in a brawl that began with an argument over a boy. Most of the students involved only suffered from minor injuries, with one student being taken to the hospital for an asthma attack. Classes are expected to resume after all students involved have been removed from the property and will be facing charges from the magistrate.
A 51-year-old man of Delmont is dead after he was accidentally killed by another skier shortly after 9 p.m. Saturday night at the Seven Springs Mountain Resort. The man, identified as Jeffrey Bear, sustained injuries to his face and neck area and was pronounced dead at the Seven Springs Ski Patrol Medical Office. Police are continuing to investigate, and this is the third fatal accident to occur at Seven Springs since 2012. Super Tuesday is just hours away, with Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton poised to lead the two major parties in this year's presidential election. CNN's Reed Binion has more on the story.
Donald is not going to make America great. He's going to make America orange.
Republican presidential candidates turning up the insults less than 24 hours ahead of the biggest single day in the primary race. And Donald Trump taking fire Sunday for deflecting questions about whether he would disavow support from former KKK leader David Duke.
Would you just say unequivocally you condemn them and you don't want their support?
I mean, I don't know what group you're talking about.
Okay, I mean, I'm just talking about David Duke and the Ku Klux Klan here, but...
I don't know, honestly, I don't know David Duke.
Trump pointed out on Twitter that he disavowed Duke on Friday.
David Duke endorsed me? Okay, all right. I disavow, okay?
Rivals Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz pounced, trying to slow Trump's momentum going into Super Tuesday.
Donald Trump refused to criticize the Ku Klux Klan.
Donald Trump as the nominee means Hillary probably wins, and we lose this country.
Rubio throwing in some Donald-style personal attacks.
He's like 6'2", which is why I don't understand why his hands are the size of someone who's 5'2". You know what they say about men with small hands?
For the Democrats, a somewhat more cordial tone following Clinton's big win in Saturday's South Carolina primary. Clinton saving her most pointed attacks for the GOP, taking direct aim at Donald Trump's campaign slogan.
We don't need to make America great again. America has never stopped being great.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
You can turn into Politically Incorrect tomorrow morning for more information on Super Tuesdays in this year's presidential election.
A Navy SEAL is set to receive the nation's highest honor today after helping rescue a Pittsburgh area colleague. President Barack Obama will be honoring Senior Chief Edward Byers, who helped rescue an American hostage in December 2012. Byers will be the 11th service member to be rewarded the Medal of Honor for actions in Afghanistan.
2 men are dead following a fatal accident on Route 22 East in Indiana County Sunday night. 30-year-old Matthew Hess of Girard and 56-year-old Richard Kenneth Lowers Jr. of New Florence were both traveling eastbound when Hess rear-ended Lowers as he was attempting to turn. Hess's vehicle then crossed the highway into the path of a tractor-trailer, striking it head-on. Both cars and the tractor-trailer caught on fire. The tractor-trailer driver was taken to a nearby hospital.
Stars walked the red carpet for Hollywood's biggest night at the 88th Annual Academy Awards. CNN's David Daniel has more on last night's Oscars.
And the Oscar goes to Leonardo DiCaprio.
6 nominations over 22 years, and Leonardo DiCaprio is finally an Oscar winner.
I have to thank everyone from the very onset of my career, Mr. Caton Jones, for casting me in my first film.
Brie Larson won Best Actress, her first Oscar for her role in Room. Host Chris Rock kicked off the show with a dig at the Academy and a nod to the Oscars So White movement.
If they nominated host, I wouldn't even get this job. So y'all be watching Neil Patrick Harris right now.
Alejandro Iñárritu picked up the trophy for Best Director, bringing his career trophy count to 4. He also won the award last year. Ensemble film Spotlight took home the night's final award, Best Picture.
This Oscar amplifies that voice, which we hope will become a choir that will resonate all the way to the Vatican.
In a huge upset, Mark Rylance beat out Sylvester Stallone to take home the Best Supporting Actor award for his role in Bridge of Spies. And Alicia Vikander won the Best Supporting Actress trophy for her role in The Danish Girl. Mad Max Fury Road picked up 6 Oscars, the most of any film nominated this year. Though she didn't win an Oscar, Lady Gaga stole the show with her impassioned rendition of Till It Happens to You.
Now, last night's Oscars had to be, I think, one of my favorite things to watch because it was really great last night.
I never miss an Oscars. They're one of my favorite things during the year, especially like February comes. I know it's Oscar season, and I was so excited about last night.
Now, what do you think your favorite movement was from the whole entire night?
Definitely when Spotlight won Best Picture. I love that movie, and I was so excited to see it win.
I hear you got in trouble by the CA, too.
Yeah, I was very excited when Spotlight won, but enough of that, Ben. What's the latest on Pittsburgh sports news?
This week in sports, the Pens faced off with the Jets as the NHL trade deadline made some big moves across the league. More on that after the break.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
Oh, look, a redhead staring
singing contest.
You still got it.
I know. Come alive with the forest. The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to RMU Live. I'm Ben Kelkis. Here's the latest in sports. The Penguins kicked the weekend off at home as the Winnipeg Jets came to town, a must-win game for the Pens, who are clenching onto that last wild-card spot. After a scoreless first 20, Chris Letang would get the ball rolling for the Pens just as the second period got underway. Patrick Hornquist carries the puck down on the right side on the rush and dishes it back to Letang up high for the shot and the goal, and the Pens have the 1-0 lead. But the black and gold were not done. Not even 30 seconds later, Carl Hagelin tips in a point shot from Ian Cole, and the lead is 2. Midway through the period, the Jets would get one back at the hands of Blake Wheeler on the power play when he tips in a Dustin Byfuglien shot up high past Marc-Andre Fleury. But that would be all of the offense for the Jets. The Pens would net 2 more in the third period for good measure from Scott Wilson and Carl Hagelin, his second of the night. Fleury was solid in net for the Pens, stopping 27 of 28 Jets shots. Another great performance to keep the Pens on track towards a playoff spot. Pittsburgh will pick it back up tonight at 7 p.m. against the Phoenix Coyotes on Root Sports. In other NHL news, the New York Rangers traded for Carolina Hurricanes captain Eric Stahl this weekend at this season's trade deadline. The veteran will leave Carolina, where he played with his brother Jordan, to play with his other brother Mark up in the Big Apple. The Hurricanes received a first-round pick in 2016 and 17, plus Aleksi Sorela, a Finnish prospect. The trade ends Stahl's 11-season tenure with the Canes. In NASCAR this weekend, Sunday's Sprint Cup race in Atlanta brought glory for Jimmy Johnson. By winning the race, Johnson earned his 76th victory as a NASCAR driver, tying the record held by Dale Earnhardt Sr. Johnson's success as a NASCAR driver has been characterized by his outstanding car control while racing and an excellent driver-crew relationship. The great teamwork and trust between the two parties led to Johnson getting a shot to take the lead in a mad scramble for the finish in the last 2 laps of the race, and he would come out on top. 76 wins and 6 championships have marked an excellent career thus far for one of this generation's greats. That's all the time we have for sports. What's up with the weather, Eddie?
Thank you, Ben. As far as weather goes, not too much to report about the weekend like we've had in some previous weeks. We saw temperatures much like we saw last week in the 50s, some clouds, some sun. Yesterday was pretty nice, reached a high temperature of about 60. As far as today goes, kind of the same. 50 is going to be our high temperature for today. Right now, though, we're currently sitting around 41 degrees, so a little bit colder than what our high is supposed to be. Moving on to tomorrow, it's going to start raining, but the high temperature at 61 is going to be pretty nice. You can't complain too much about that. And moving into the 5-day, though, the weather is not as nice as it's going to be today or even tomorrow. And today and tomorrow aren't great. We got 34 and 22 on Wednesday, clouds Thursday. Clouds, 39 and 25 Friday. 41 is your high, 23 is your low. More clouds Saturday. We're going to switch it up with rain at 45 and 29, and Sunday, 46 and 30. It's not going to be an amazing week. Hannah and Delaney, back to you.
Oh, I'm looking forward to the weather maybe coming up. It was really nice today, like the cool temperature-wise, do you know what I'm saying? Like
I think I know what you're trying to say. I mean, we're starting to go into the March, it's getting to the cooler, and then we're soon going to be into the April showers, although it seems like we're going to see some showers this weekend. So
yeah,
that's all we have for
our
RMU this afternoon.
We'll see you next time.